Hello, my name is Lanisa Moppins, and we are working on our group project. And we wanted to get together and talk about augmented reality and virtual reality and how it is used in a classroom. We're just going to briefly talk about our uses and how it can be used in your classroom. I am new to augmented reality and virtual reality, so I was very excited to learn about each of these pieces. So, augmented reality, I really liked the video. If you've gone through our presentation, there's a video of a person using augmented reality in class, and it's a real world picture where students are able to have a picture in front of them with a device. They talked a lot about iPhones, so I guess they have the technology to use it, where students can get more in-depth information about a subject they're studying in class. And then virtual reality, I was a little bit familiar with it using Nearpod, and my students absolutely love it. I'm an elementary school teacher. And also on virtual reality, a lot of us have seen the goggles, and it really tricks your brain into thinking that you are involved in this media. So I can't wait to hear what the rest of my team members have to say about the use of both of these things. And they're going to introduce themselves to you next.
All right.
I'm going to mute myself.
Okay. Yeah, sure. All right. Yeah. So mine is kind of I'm talking about. My name's Trey Paluski, and I'm talking about um just some different types of programs that I would use, and just some different type of programs in virtual augmented reality that are really cool. Um, uh, First off, I saw one that was really cool. There we go. Share my screen. And it's called Book Creator. And Book Creator, basically, you can create a story. And this is one I created before about Christopher Columbus, and just growing through it a little bit. You can do all sorts of pictures, little air bubbles, videos. You can put like sound on it, stuff like that. But anyway, that's one of them. Another one that I feel like I would really use, I think it could be used in um, any type of classroom, any type of use for students in general, would be virtual speech. And this virtual speech is a virtual reality, and just kind of, this is a page I put on there for the hyperlink. Um, Basically, going back, is it literally this picture right here? You're like basically giving speeches like in front of people, and like I just think that so many students and so many kids struggle with like public speaking, and this gives them practice for that. It gives us practice for like interviews, which kids need to learn to as a life skill for getting jobs. It's really cool, and it's just so many different scenarios that the virtual speech can do. So that could be for any class. And then social studies wise, that being my content, just a quick one. This is Anne Frank house VR virtual reality, and this is kind of some pictures down here of just like it being virtual reality. But basically, it's a virtual reality of showing where she actually hid during the Holocaust. And there's also different virtual realities like King Tut. You can like see in the pyramids, and there's like specific content related areas. But this was one that I thought was really cool, is Anne Frank. And then the last one I found that I really would use in my classroom is called Sandbox Augmented Reality. And basically, you kind of got this picture right here, and it's just like something being built. So, like for example, if I wanted to create something along the lines of like a temple in ancient Greece, then I could click on the option, and it would give me like pillars, columns, stuff like that, and then I could create it and blow it up, and it'd just be a great thing for world history. But that is kind of where I'm at, things that I would use and would not use. But there's just so many different things. The main thing is just getting the Oculus for the VR, and then There's just so many different games, apps, stuff like that that you could use. And so now I'm going to throw it over to Alyssa and let her have the show.
All right. Those are all really awesome. I could definitely see myself using a lot of those. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys as well. I teach AP US government and US history. So obviously I'm looking at this through, a social studies lens for sure. And so I was trying to look at some apps for AR and some websites and things for VR. So with AR, one of the ones I found, and this one is not a free one, so we may have to try to find a free one, but this is an app called Kuji, and basically you can film your avatar. You have all these different backgrounds. So students could create an avatar. It doesn't have to be themselves, and they can do like a short video voicing over their avatar and even interacting with other avatars, and they can put them in all kinds of backgrounds. And for me, with AP US government, we learn about elections, and we learn about campaign finance. And so there's sometimes we do like a semester long project where kids are working on a campaign. Sometimes we do like a third party project where they have to try to campaign as a candidate for a third party. When we learn all these standards in my AP US government class. And so I thought this would be a really cool way to have kids actually make like a short campaign commercial or something like that. And if they want it to be their own avatar, that's totally fine. Or they could come up with just someone brand new. Or it could even be like a historical campaign, right? One of the presidents, something like that. And again, I mean, this is just really short and quick, but it's super interactive, and the kids are actually creating the content themselves. And I even thought we could make it like a QR code and have a gallery walk where we're going around and we're scanning each other's campaign commercials to learn about the candidate, maybe even have an election or something like that. But again, there's some more out there that are free, but this is one of the ones that I found that kids could use right on their smartphone. So this would be for AR. Now for virtual reality, I know we talk a lot about having, the headsets, but I was thinking, what if my school can't get the headsets for us? Or, what if they're checked out of the library, because we do have a set in the library and I can't use them. So I found a free website called History View, and it has all kinds of historical virtual tours that are free. And some of them you don't have to have a headset for. So if you go to the website, historyview.org, down here under virtual library, you can see all the different things you can do: architecture, Asia, Europe. There's a government tab. There's US history. And so one of the ones that I saw whenever I was looking these up, let me go to US history, because I also teach US history. One of them was, I think it was JFK's like bomb shelter during the Cold War. And it was really cool because it was, here it is, atomic bomb shelter. So you can view it. You don't have to have necessarily a headset for this. This can be viewed, right here from a computer screen or from their phone. And this is something that kids are super interested in. They love when we talk about the Cold War. So, this would just bring a little more depth to my lesson plans on the Cold War for sure. But it's super interactive. I mean, it's like a total 3D model. There's videos you can watch, but you can also manipulate it, and it's almost like you're inside of the bomb shelter walking through. And so this is just a free resource. And so along with that, you can do virtual tours to like the Washington Monument. We're down in Valdosta, so we're not going to have a trip to Washington anytime soon. So having my kids be able to do a virtual tour of it is really a game changer. Now, the other one I found is called Tour Creator. And this one is associated with Google. And it's pretty cool because kids get to actually create their own virtual tours. And I was trying to think, how could I use this? And I was thinking maybe some kind of history tour, of course, whatever we're learning in history. They can have photos themselves. If they've taken photos, if they've been on trips, they can find photos using like Google Street View, all this kind of stuff to create a virtual tour that then they can share out with the rest of the class as well. So again, those things don't really require the headsets as much, which I think sometimes it's nice just in case you can't get the headsets, because we know budget sometimes always an issue. but it's just something fun that really adds to the lesson. Because I think that's the whole thing with AR and VR. It doesn't have to be your entire lesson, but it's a tool to kind of, bring kids to a better understanding of whatever it is we're talking about. So, but those were my ideas. And hopefully, I can see some of those being used outside of, social studies too. And even with younger kids, like the AR, film your avatar. I could definitely see younger kids using that too. So.
Trust me, as an elementary school teacher, whatever we can do to make history more exciting, because they're all like, this is boring.
Right. They say the same when they get to us.
It would be good. I'm very excited. I like some of those resources that I did steal while I was over here.
Yeah.
I'm going to be using those in my class. I teach 4th grade, so.
Yeah, for sure. So hopefully, everyone that's watching our video will get some use out of this too. That's the whole point, right? To really help the kids and help make whatever it is they're learning interesting. So
there's so much out there that I've just had no clue about. So I'm very excited to get some new tools.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I like what you said too. It's not like a replacement of the lesson, but it's just something that could add to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it could be 5 minutes, but it can make all the difference.
Right. I think novelty is important for kids. They get tired of the same all the time. So.
Yes.
So, yeah.
All right. I think we're done.
Okay.
Thanks for visiting.
All right. I love it. We'll see you.